Yo, 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 what's happening?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's do this thing, man.
Man, let's get this thing rolling, man. My bad, scratching my forehead.
Yeah,
But
you
welcome to
know,
No Cuff, No Change podcast, where we keep it real, authentic, challenge perspectives, educate the past, present, and future generations. This is your host, O Black.
yo, Slip, how y'all feeling?
Man, how you been, man?
Good, man. Good. Feeling good
I'm
today.
over. I had to rush back home. I said, man, let me hurry up. But been out running,
I
doing
feel.
errands. I was like, let me get over here, dog. Get this so we can get this done. Um,
Listen,
today today we're gonna go in. We're gonna continue.
got a little
Um,
series going now.
yeah, definitely, most definitely got a
Chapter
series going.
three.
We yeah. This chapter basically it's chapter three. We haven't dropped them yet, so you know what I'm saying. They ain't live. We ain't dropped them yet, but we're gonna do something special when we do it to make sure we draw attention to these different chapters of things that's going on. And within I said the penal system. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that word. Um, but today we taking it, it's gonna be still dealing with the same thing, but we're gonna give the floor to Jay and Nikki their time. Bring them on, our special guests. Bring them on right now. And they can introduce themselves. But we're gonna give them the floor to tell their story now. Tell their story and tell their run-ins with the dark side of Florida. So right now, no further ado, we ain't gonna chat it on too long, but we'll bring them in right now. Yo, what's happening?
How's it going?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
How you going?
Good. How about
Y'all
yourself?
good? Yeah, we good. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah. So I know y'all probably
Good,
heard us a
good.
little bit. You still can be able to hear us. Um, but we gonna, like I said, y'all
Yeah.
can introduce y'all stuff right now, and then we'll go from there.
All right. I'm Jay.
Hmm.
I'm Nikki.
Nikki,
We're over here in Orlando, Florida.
yes sir, yes sir, man.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming on and actually getting the courage to be able to come tell, you know what I'm saying? Tell y'all truth, tell y'all story. You know what I'm saying? Because, I know that can be a little rough, can be a little tough. And also too, we had individuals that was supposed to tell their story. Now this chapter three, I don't know if you heard of this chapter three people that came on,
Yeah.
told their story. But I had a couple
Yeah.
other individuals that bagged out because they didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was a little too much for them.
Yeah.
So, but I say it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of digging a little deep to tell your story and tell y'all
Yeah, for
stories.
sure.
Yeah.
But like I said, we appreciate y'all getting straight into it, man. And y'all can take the floor from here.
All right. So basically, we just wanted to, help shed some light on the corruption in the legal system,
Hmm.
justice system over here. Well, I mean, we know it's a nationwide problem, but we can show you what goes on in our corner. Um, I mean, we even have some videos to show just as examples. Um, so I've had my own personal experience with the law, with the judicial system, everything from the arrests with the police to
Yeah.
the process. Dealing with the state attorneys and the judges, and even they don't follow the law here.
Mhm.
The laws that the state of Florida, you know, create.
Mhm.
So, so yeah, we just wanted to bring some attention to that.
Okay.
All right,
Um,
yeah.
and then recently, Nikki here, her husband was killed, and he has had some past run-ins with the Orange County Sheriff's Department over here,
Mhm.
um, and um, basically because of that, the sheriff's department, has basically chosen to
Look the other way.
look the other way.
Wow.
Um, mhm.
And before keep going. We want to send our condolences. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
I'm saying send our condolences most definitely. Um, whatever they say they done turned their head, so whatever we can do, we're gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? Do what we can do. But not to cut you off, go ahead. I just wanted to extend that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But if you want Nikki to tell it, or you could tell it, what happened?
Um, right now it's a homicide. My husband's been riding four wheelers since he's had legs.
Hmm.
So for him to wreck a four wheeler and die that way, it's not how it went down. Um, FHP started immediately investigating it as a homicide. Um,
Hmm.
Orange County sheriffs should have been. They should be involved in this. They should be actually the ones handling the case, and they're not. They don't. Orange County sheriffs is not like my husband for whatever reason, um, and so they don't have their hand in this investigation, not one bit.
Hmm.
Uh,
basically, the murder occurred in a residential neighborhood in Orange County's jurisdiction, and
Okay.
Orange County decided to bring in Florida Highway Patrol, who's not their jurisdiction at all, and
Hmm.
for them to do a homicide investigation, which is not even something they're qualified to
Yeah,
do.
that's weird.
yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
same officer that was investigating his homicide with FHP was the same officer my husband was in a high speed chase with recently.
Wow.
Mm. So you when you say murder, who are we saying that murdered?
Well, we don't.
There seems to be a couple people involved. Like it's the brakes were cut on the four wheeler that he was riding.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, and then at the same time, uh, some vehicles were stolen that were rented out in his name. Like this was happening at the
Wow.
same time at a different location.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So he was
Find
riding a
out,
four wheeler.
yeah,
So he was riding a four wheeler while somebody was renting out vehicles in his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
well, someone stole the vehicles that were rented out in his name, like elsewhere. Meanwhile, while he was murdered at the same time.
Wow.
Dang.
Come to find out, the two parties that were doing each thing were connected.
And then they
Mm.
brought highway patrol to
A
investigate
residential
the.
neighborhood into Orange County Sheriff's jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
conduct the homicide investigation.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But
That,
Orange County Sheriff doesn't have the best reputation.
true.
Yeah, I think I can share my screen here and show you guys some just examples. Like there was a particular officer who's been harassing Nick and Nikki for a long time. Here, let me see. Share screen. Okay,
And this was
so
a separate
can
incident
you,
that took.
Hold on. Boom.
Yeah, I have a report for that too.
okay.
Yeah.
So here is the deputy that has been harassing them for quite a while.
Mhm.
Um, this is just a routine traffic stop.
Mhm.
And this is his body cam.
It's-
What was that?
Oh wow.
What the? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so Orange County Sheriff right there.
He's not just Orange County. He is that officer has jumped counties. He goes back and forth. Every time he gets in trouble in one, he goes to another. Because he was Lake County Sheriff here recently, and now he's back on the Orange County force to harass me and my husband. Who it's just what he did
And
to us here recently was wrong. They robbed us. They literally came up in here and they robbed us.
Wow.
It's like there's nothing I can do.
wow.
Yeah.
And that was
In
that was
fact, I
her.
actually I got another video right here.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna add you to the stage.
This is
So this is actually the video from their house, like from their house cams.
Uh-huh.
They came up in the house with no warrant and just started taking things, four-wheelers and trailers and
trailers that have bins and have tags. They prove they're mine, and they told me that they're gonna take them anyways.
came with no warrant,
How?
left no paperwork, there's no record. They
Yeah,
robbed them. Orange County Sheriff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hang on.
And there's no way you can. There's nothing that says they took the thing, items, or no.
They jumped my bike on the back of that. Oh yeah, they took the items. I have not been able to. I called the impound lot, and they said, "Well, they're not being released." And I said, "That's impossible."
Yeah, and it's registered to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, not registered to me. Registered to my father-in-law.
So how?
And the officer leading this was the same officer, Michael Fuller, who we just saw in the last video.
That broke the window and unnecessary roughness.
That broke the window. Yes.
Yeah, and he's known for it. He's had multiple cases about it.
Doing brutal force.
Yep.
Yeah, and when
Wow.
he was in Lake County, he was
I want to know
a
what
good friend of
this
my
picture look
husband's
like.
for a long time, and that's where he started harassing my husband.
You said what was that?
Ironically, I run in with him not too long ago. He pulled me over coming to their house for a routine traffic stop.
With 15 fucking cop
And
cars.
yeah, with 15 cars. But it's they pull up my record and of course see that there's a drug possession, and they call the whole squad. So of course during traffic stop, they're in the law says they're supposed to just have enough time to write the traffic ticket as necessary and then move along.
Yeah.
But instead I was made to step out of the vehicle. I asked him why, and he said, if you don't get out the vehicle, I'm going to reach through the window and pull you the fuck out. As he, which I guess would have been nicer than smashing my window out like he did in this other woman's car. But essentially, yeah, he was going to acted like he was going to do the same thing he's already done. But they don't punish him; they just relocate him temporarily.
Yeah.
Wow.
And What's the name of this officer?
Michael Fuller.
Do you have a picture of him?
Mm-hmm.
Cause shit like this piss me off.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure we can find one.
I'm sure I can right now.
Okay. Yeah, you want to pull one up?
Why they pull it?
Yeah, she's gonna pull
Why?
one up. Here,
Okay.
I got another video of just where so I was on International Drive, and International Drive here is a big tourist spot, like
Yeah.
where all the hotels are, where people stay when they come to Disney, Universal, and such.
Mm.
So I was actually parked behind, by a hotel, parked in the back, giving a friend a ride there, and all of a sudden we get swarmed by some undercover agents, or whatever. And let's see. Yeah, if you want to
Man,
share the screen, pull up the screen.
Yeah.
I got it ready.
got you.
All right. All right, sure.
Okay. Sir, put your phone up on the dashboard.
That's what I'm doing.
Let go of the phone. I'm going to be ordering you to step out the car here shortly, okay? James, is that clear? Is it failing to follow my commands here?
I'm following your
I
commands.
am going to be searching the car, okay?
I'm not consenting to a search.
Yes,
You don't
probable
have to,
cause.
based on the probable cause that I have. Okay?
What's your probable cause?
I'm the one running the show right now, okay?
But I have rights as a citizen.
I understand that.
No.
And your rights don't dictate to me what I have to tell you and what I don't have to tell you, do they?
Well, you do have to follow the law, the same law that I do.
What law tells me I have to tell you
What probable cause is?
why I'm searching your car?
You have to have probable cause to search a vehicle.
I understand that, sir. And I have that.
What's your probable cause?
Sir, I'm not going to do this back and forth with you, Jane.
I mean, we can do it all day.
I understand.
So I know my law very well. In fact, I was I worked for a defense attorney.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then you would understand that.
Right, I
I'm
do.
going to search the car based on my belief narcotics are inside of the car. Now, how that belief put up in a protocol and also arrest affidavit with relevant people that go to jail. But that's what I'm going to be doing today, Jim. Okay?
Okay.
To be saying right now as I escort you out the car. Is that clear?
I'm not resisting arrest because there's no reason to detain me because there's no probable cause.
Right? There's no reason
Right.
because I have to give you an order to get out the car. But if you choose to resist as I tell you to get out the car, then we're going to have other issues.
But you would have probable cause to tell me to get out of the car in the first
Take off your
place.
seatbelt, please.
So at this point, he basically just
taking off your seatbelt.
I am not consenting to this.
That's fine. You don't have to consent.
So he opened your door.
Leave your wallet there, please. I'm going to take. Just leave it in the sub pocket.
So at this point, he basically just reaches through the door and pulls off my seatbelt and opens the door himself. And
Recording, please.
That's fine. Leave that phone there, sir. Follow my lawful commands, sir. We're going to have.
I would just like to have the phone like watching. Thank you. Recording and listening, blah blah.
It's on right now. Just recording.
so at this point, he searches the car. It takes 20 minutes to tear up the car to find nothing. There was literally no probable cause to. I'm sitting parked in a spot, like doing nothing.
Wow.
What I got.
So afterwards, what did he say?
And this happens all the time here in Orlando.
Yeah, it does. So what did he say after what Liv was saying? Did you hear him? I don't know if you heard him or not, but he was asking, what did he tell you after he found nothing? He searched your vehicle, all that. What did he tell you? What did he say?
Wait, what did he?
What did the officer say? Was he charging you with something? I think your service.
What did he tell me after the search?
Yeah.
Can have a little bit.
Okay.
You might have to bring them in just
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Okay.
to blank
No,
that.
there's no charges. There was no reason to even detain me or search the vehicle, or there's not even a traffic stop. Like I said, I was just sitting parked in a parking space. So
Wow.
he just went through, decided he wanted to search the vehicle. So he yanked my seatbelt off, yanked me out of the car, opened the door himself, yanked me out of the car, and searched the vehicle, and found nothing. And yeah,
And I'm
moved along.
I'm gonna uh, well, I'm gonna applaud you real quick because you did something that a lot of people don't know and they're scared to do when you're asking them questions like, "Yo, what is the probable cause?" You know what I'm saying? Why are you?
Right,
And you stuck with it, right? You didn't give in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they want to do. They try to throw jail time. They try to do these little scare tactics to get you to give in. But you
right,
stood your ground and kept asking, "Hey, yo, what is? You know what I'm saying? What is the probable cause? Why? Why do you have a?" He presents you with a warrant or something, well, reasoning, a legitimate reason for searching your car. He couldn't do that. As you can hear in the
right,
video, it's straight bullshit. Then on
right.
top of that, with the officers supposed to protect and serve. Protect and serve.
Supposed to. Supposed to.
Yeah, no, they
Yes.
protect themselves and serve their own interests.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's some bullshit. This is literally some bullshit. So with going back to Nikki, right? Um,
Yeah.
what has been the process? Have you took any process of trying to hire an attorney or anything to try to help you with this matter? Because
Well, and that's the thing is it's hard to hire an attorney in the state of Florida to fight the state of Florida. And nobody wants to take things
true,
like that because
true.
you fight in your own state, and that's only going to cause problems for that attorney. You know, win or lose, it's going to cause problems. And for us, I've wanted to fight, and the sad part is my husband had court coming up that following Monday before he passed, and this was our chance. We were going to be able to fight these people and put them where they belong instead of them putting
Yeah,
us where we belong.
yeah,
Because I've had enough. I'm tired of them thinking that they can just come and they can take and they can do as they please, and there's no repercussions.
yeah,
And now it's like
yeah.
Yeah, take
after
your
my
time.
husband passed,
Take
I
your
had
time.
code enforcement. That Monday, my husband was supposed to be in court. I had code enforcement show up at my house with the sheriff's office and harass me, knowing that my husband is now passed,
Hmm.
and they're going to come up here and try to harass me some more. I had enough. I have enough going on, and then for them to have to show up here and think that they can continue to do what they do. They've got me fucked up, and I'm because that's not what they're going to do.
Yeah,
You need a warrant to come on my property.
yeah,
My husband is no longer here. You have no business to be on my property. And people need to know. People need to know what police do. And I'm not
hmm,
saying they're all
Yeah.
bad because they're not. There's good cops out there, but very far and few between.
yeah,
Yeah.
And my thing is they quick to judge a book by its cover. People do change.
hmm,
People make mistakes in their life. You should not judge somebody based on the mistakes that they've made in their past because they had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
hmm.
And because of who my husband was, and does not give them the right to not to do their job and investigate what happened to him.
Yeah,
That's not right. That's wrong on so many levels.
Exactly.
Because
They,
because he's not
they,
going to get the justice that he deserves.
true.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. They walk school shooters out. They walk them out, clean. So, everybody deserves their, um, the proper protocol in court, um, and a proper investigation. That's where we're all citizens. We all deserve, the same, rights that we were born with.
Yeah,
I mean,
most
just
definitely.
about 12 days. 12 days before my husband's death, he was attacked by Lake County's sheriff dog over going 100 miles an hour, being pulled over for going 100 miles an hour. And my husband had an impeccable driving record. He don't have no tickets, nothing, no accidents, no nothing. His driving record is clean. And we've had a gentleman that's been harassing my family for about a year now. Has stolen stuff. He destroyed my truck, stole our truck, slashed our tires, threw a battery, and yeah, this past year has been one of the roughest years of my life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
So, my husband's driving at 100 miles an hour, and the FHP lit him up. At that point, his mind was already in a zone where, he thought this dude was chasing him down again. So he kept
same
going.
officer. Mm-hmm.
No. Well, the gentleman that my husband thought was chasing him knows the officer very well. Come to find out. But so he was already in a different state of mind, so he kept going. And there, he thought about the no chase law, so he figured, that student had to stop. Stop coming after him. And then when he got blue lighted by FHP, he chose to keep going until he got to where he knew where he was at, and he got out of the vehicle and was on the ground with his hands behind his head. When they got him, they released the dog after they had him hands handcuffed. They had let the dog attack him.
Wow.
They ripped him open in his back so bad they could not stitch it all back together.
Wow.
No.
And this is 2 days before he passed away.
Wow.
They have, and they let that dog eat on him. And then they retired the dog the day after.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
see, that's how they be cleaning up their shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. They had to take him into surgery. My husband was in surgery for over 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
From a dog ripping him open from the butt.
Yeah, it was bad.
In fact, I believe like when he had flown, he was ejected off the 4-wheeler when he died. They said that part of the reason he died was from bleeding from that exact wound from the dog attack.
Loss of blood. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
That should be something like a. I mean, I feel like you should do something if you get like mauled by a dog, by the police dog. They shouldn't be able to, hospitalize you. They're just supposed to immobilize you, like, get you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he laid down. He laid down.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even.
Yeah, he got out the vehicle, laid down on the ground, put his hands up, surrendering. He surrendered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was no need to release the dog.
Yeah, so what is the purpose of releasing your dog? He surrendered. He wasn't running. He wasn't trying to get away. He wasn't doing none of that shit. So what he did was he surrendered for you to release a dog and then rip him open like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then the hospital called me, which apparently they're not supposed to because he was in custody. But I hadn't heard from my husband all day, and I was getting worried, so I started calling around, trying to figure out where he was. Mm-hmm. Then on my lunch break, I just so happened that the hospital called me, didn't leave me a voicemail, but it's where my husband always goes to the hospital, and so I called him back 3 different times. Finally, I told him, I said, well, he might have come in with the police, and they said, well, he's still in surgery.
Wow.
And they wouldn't tell me anything, so I left work and I went to the hospital. They denied me my right as his wife to make sure that he was receiving adequate care, custody or not. I have that right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not in custody. I have the right to make sure that you guys are taking care of my husband the way he's supposed to be taken care of. And they denied me that right.
Wow. So
Wow.
this was 12 days before he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the wound is super fresh. Like if you get surgery,
it
like
ain't
you
even
need,
healed.
Yeah.
you need a lot of time to heal. From 8 hours of surgery, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, it was ripped wide open so bad that they could not get it to close up all the way to stitch it closed all the way.
So he was still in their custody those whole 12 days?
No, he was what was it, 3 days he was in custody. I bonded him. I posted his bond that day, but he wound up getting out that very next day. But the hospital didn't release him for a couple of days because he needed to have
Proper
wound
care.
care. Yeah,
Yeah.
because so bad. And I mean, the nurse wasn't supposed to show me the photos, but she showed me what it looked like, and I didn't know if I was looking at his lower intestine or what. That's how wide open it was when we got to the hospital.
Wow.
It was horrifying.
Wow.
Wow. Fuck, man. Damn.
That's intense, man. That's an intense couple
man.
of days, man. A couple
I wanna
traumatic
ask-
events.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. What part of town in Orlando are you guys?
Oh well,
We're in Pine Hills.
I live in Pine Hills.
Oh,
Oh,
My husband has lived in this house 48 years, his entire life.
wow.
and that's overly. That's one of the
Police.
neighborhood
Overly police thing.
overly police.
Yeah.
And
And then you
Go
say
ahead.
you had run-ins with him in Lake County also?
Yeah, he's had some run-ins with Lake County.
It was Lake County Sheriff who actually, it was Florida Highway Patrol was the ones who was chasing him until he entered Lake County, and it was Lake County Sheriff who showed up on the scene and sicked the dog on him.
Wow.
And then when I showed up at the accident scene, before I made it to the hospital, I showed up at the accident scene. The FHP officer that approached me when he asked me my husband's name, and I told him who he was, he had that look on his face like he knew something. He said, "Give me 1 second, I know that name." It was the same officer that lit him up in the high-speed chase. That was the first one on scene of his accident, and that's in two totally different parts of town. This is Orange County. He was in Lake County. Yeah.
He was clearly out of his jurisdiction.
Why is he in now at the scene of my husband's accident? And now I feel like not only is Orange County not involved in this, but now he's made the statement to me on the phone. He says, "Well, your husband doesn't have a really good track record with us lately." That
What
right
the
there
fuck
says you're
Electric
going to do
doing
your
anymore?
fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
That ain't
Go
got nothing to do with what happened
Right.
to him today. And
Yeah.
y'all pulled over a fucking man who's got an impeccable driving record.
Yeah.
You guys, that's all you have him for is fleeing and eluding and reckless driving. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that, well, he doesn't have a good track record. You guys are insane.
Yeah.
You don't
Track
even
record or not, you should be treated the same.
You should be treated
Yeah.
like any
No matter.
normal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They should throw out. They don't need to look at past. You are a normal human being, a citizen of
and take
the society.
personal out the shit.
Yeah. Or we're charging you for the offense that you presented today. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. We're charging you for whatever happened today. Whatever happened yesterday, a year ago, a month ago, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the offense today. So the fact that they have like some kind of, chip on their shoulder about it, that tells you the story.
Man.
And when I showed up at the accident scene, there was 2 Orange County sheriffs who left the same time I did, and the one has been to my house every time the cops have come here in the last 5 years. He's been here, and he was one of the Orange County sheriffs on scene at the accident, and both Orange County cops left when I left to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, this sounds like.
And then FHP was all over.
And are there any updates on what on the investigation?
No, No. I literally just called the other day and spoke to the officer's supervisor because I hadn't heard anything. And, he told me, he gave me something, oh, well, he's out on maternal leave right now because his wife's going through a hard pregnancy. Yeah, but where's the communication in that?
Yeah,
Why am
somebody
I
else
just
should be
not
on
hearing
it
about
for
that?
sure.
So who is on the case? Because when I called him to give him things that he pertain to my husband's case that he should be looking into, who do I get that information to if you're not on job?
Mm-hmm.
About the toxicology.
And toxicology hasn't even come back yet.
Yeah, there's like suspicion that he'd been drugged, before getting on the bike, and it's been weeks now, and we still have no toxicology.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
And because of this whole thing and trying to wait for something for them to give me, some kind of information, some kind of update. My husband's been postponed being cremated up until now, which he'll be coming home next week finally. But because of that and because of the time frame, I now not see my husband to say my goodbyes before they cremated him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what you going through, man? Man, I know it's hard.
Yeah, not getting any answers for some like closure.
Yeah, no answers. No.
Yeah, because it'll make you go crazy. I don't wish this pain on not even my enemies.
Yeah.
This is a pain that nobody should have to ever have to fucking feel.
Most definitely.
Man.
And like I said, I'm sorry this shit happened to you. Happened to your husband and happened to you. It happened to Jay. You lost a good friend, It's like, yo, like I met him, good
Yeah,
dude.
Nick was my best friend.
Yeah. When I met y'all
13 years.
together.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is
Wow.
it's so much other shit that goes on in this fucking world. You get what I'm saying? For you to harass, harass individuals. And I want to say this too. As we can see and tell, this ain't just a brown and black thing. You know what I'm saying? This a people thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you fucking with people, innocent people. And I've had my run in with OPD and you know what I'm saying? All of them down there. You know what I'm saying? Getting harassed every day, but nothing to this extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To this, nothing to this tragic. It's like when do we stop this bullshit? Because we losing people every day. And it seemed like, damn, it's like, okay, we trying to control the gangs and shit. What the fuck are y'all? What the fuck is the police?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the worst gang of all.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I mean, in the community here in Pine Hills, I mean, nobody, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Everyone gets along. This community, and the only enemy is the police. And it's the only color that matters is green.
Yeah.
All they care about is money. It's the judicial system here is just a cash cow to them.
Yeah.
See, I want to go into something real quick because I know you done did your numbers. Me and you done talk separately, right?
Yeah.
I want you to give us some statistics of how you was giving me of how the judicial system works over there in Florida. Because I wanted to connect this bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Just give me a few. You ain't gotta give me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Give me a few.
Well, so just for example, so I had when I got a drug trafficking charge. Now, I was on probation for a possession of methamphetamine. Now, ironically, I caught this charge on iDrive in that, and the situation was almost very similar to that video where you just watched, where like I was actually outside my car, and the cops just pulled up and they said, "Oh, there's been people breaking into cars, so we're gonna need to search your vehicle." Like, I don't know what that had to do with my car, but so they slammed me up against my car and pulled my car keys out of my pocket and went through my car. So
Wow.
I got a possession charge off of that. I took probation. Now a few months later, I was in Seminole County. I was in a hotel room. I was on my way to see a friend, and I got pulled over for speeding or something, simple. So they pull me over. They immediately bring a dog. They do their search of the car. I didn't have any drugs on me. I did have a firearm on me, but I wasn't a convicted felon at the time. However, I wasn't aware that on probation that violates my probation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got arrested for violation of probation. So they take me to the jail. They take out my personal effects, amongst which is the key to the key card to the hotel. So they call up the hotel and say, we've arrested Mr. Dameron for violation of probation. He's on probation for possession of methamphetamine, and it's common for people to rent hotel rooms out to make meth labs. So, for the safety of your guests, we think you should send someone up there to, if you smell any chemical odors, to give us a call back. And of course, they smelled a chemical odor, even though of course, there's nothing going on. But that they gave them the probable cause to enter the hotel room and do a full search. Of course, they found absolutely nothing there's no meth lab, nothing. They found some dope. Now, based on our laws here, that constitutes an illegal search and seizure. Since there was no real threat to the public.
Yeah.
Now, we brought this. I had a good attorney, and we had case law to back this up, and we brought this before the judge, and the judge said, "Nope, you're denied." I mean, we'd had the law had showed her the law. The law is black and white, and we had case law to support it from the appellate court, and the judge just did not care. They just do whatever they want.
Wow.
They have no moral. The judicial system has no moral, ethical value to life.
Yeah.
And that's what they're supposed to have. You're supposed to have an outstanding moral and ethical value in life to become somebody in the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have any of it.
And
they want to arrest us and lock us away for breaking the law, yet they don't even want to follow their own laws that they set in place.
Yeah, no one's above the law for sure.
And what's the statistics on arrest or individuals that go to prison in Florida?
Let's see.
I remember we were sharing something with me. Like, Florida is one of the highest states.
Oh yeah. Yes, Florida is one of the highest states for arrests. Like, we're like per capita, like per what do you say?
Basically.
Yeah.
Here, let me look it up.
Stops that end in an arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So traffic violation, traffic stops and an arrest. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we actually have 143 prisons in Florida.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
What the fuck?
just in Orange County. Orange County is actually the second largest jail, just county jail in the state. And it holds about 5,000 inmates just in our county, and they keep it full.
Wow.
And it's a reason why they keep shit full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had our second episode went over that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course they get funds. They get funding to have inmates. They
Just like a hotel.
They get, yeah, well, not quite, but definitely not the Hilton. But
yeah, exactly. But you got to keep it. The more the fuller it is, the more money you get.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then of course, then they actually charge us per day when we get released. They're going to send us a bill as if we've been in a hotel. They charge us per day to be in the hotel, and then we have to pay court costs. Then we have probation, restitution. It's a cash cow for them.
Yeah. So taxpayers pay, and then you pay for being in there. That's wild.
They're getting their money back some way, somehow.
And then they also work. So some people are not working.
Free labor.
So wow.
Yep.
Man, these past 3 episodes.
Oh yes, yeah. And so in our prison system, to get any gain time, or good behavior time, first off, the federal system went to 65%. Like you could get down to at least just doing 65% of your time if you behaved and worked. And the most of the nation the states have followed along with that, and give their inmates some sort of like financial compensation for working. Here, the most you can get is 15% of your time knocked off. So you have to do 85% of your time minimum. And on top of that, you get absolutely no pay for working. So basically the inmates run the jail, the prisons.
Wow.
The inmates are doing all the work for the prisons, getting paid nothing, and we still have to do 85% of our time, even if we have perfect behavior.
What the hell is going on in Florida? Which I know is corrupt shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt government, corrupt judicial systems everywhere. But for shit like this to be going on, nobody, you know what I'm saying? Who's the governor down there again?
Ron DeSantis.
DeSantis, yes, DeSantis.
This fucking DeSantis.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis, the one he was just running for president.
Yeah,
just made a bunch of new laws, passed a bunch of laws to protect the police.
Oh yeah.
You can no longer prosecute them in the public eye for their wrongdoings.
Yep.
That's when we stop this shit. That's not ethical at all.
We prosecute them in the public.
Yeah, this just got passed. Now, any Florida law enforcement, if they make a violation, they're no longer allowed to be judicially prosecuted for it in the state of Florida.
Who's over the OPDO? Is it still Demings? I wonder. I'm gonna do some digging.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
So the worst they can do is get fired. They can't get no legal action basically taken.
It's nothing in the public eye. So whatever they do, no one will ever know. And you know why they're doing that.
Yeah, because they know that they're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They've got too many people making complaints and wanting to file stuff like that.
Yep.
And it incentivizes them to do things like if I know I can get prosecuted, like what's gonna stop me? It's like a get out of jail free card. You just do whatever you want.
These cops need to do what they want. Jay, what was it? When we were going to Kissimmee to make that police report for the stolen rental cars. We almost T-boned. A cop almost T-boned us. He come through a red light. with no sirens on, no lights. He didn't hit his lights on until halfway through when he almost, if Jay wouldn't have stopped, we would have been T-boned by that cop. And then when he gets through the light, everything goes off again. He shuts everything off. You ain't above the law. You got to sit at the traffic light. I got to sit there. So do you.
Yeah.
If you ain't got something somewhere you need to be right then and there, then you don't need to turn them on. You are a civilian. Just because you wear that uniform, you wear that badge, does not make you above the law to go do what you please, and then penalize somebody else who does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. You cannot. You cannot beat the dog the second time for peeing on the rug if you didn't beat him the first time.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You got to do it every time. So if you're going to penalize one person for it, then the other person, and just because he does it doesn't make it okay for him to do it.
Yeah.
It's I can't stand the legal system. I used to in the last 5 years with the police. It's just it's unreal. Unless you have been around to witness it and know the friends that Nick has had and who he was within his community, you would be like that shit don't happen, but in the movies. No, it right here on Kirk Street, it happens every time. And
wow.
In fact, our little run-in this when we finally got to make the police report. So she basically got a letter in the mail about the stolen vehicles. These are the vehicles that were stolen at the same time Nick was murdered. And the rental car company would send her a letter saying if we don't get cars back, they're going to prosecute her. So we basically had no choice but to make a report. So when we went to make the report, we explained to them what happened, that the cars were stolen from this location, and explained the fact that they were connected to the homicide. And at that point, there was about maybe 3 squad cars there or so.
Three pulled up when we started the report.
So now one of the sheriffs there recognizes someone who was with us, and this dude is currently homeless, and we're just helping him out.
Yeah.
And one of them recognizes him from a trespassing. Okay. That happened a month before, and he dipped. So then they proceed to call 8 more squad cars out. No, and mind you, when we're talking about the cars, we're showing them the vehicles and the people who we think are the suspects. One of the sheriffs says, "Oh wow, I recognize those. In fact, I think I know exactly where they are, right down the street." But as soon as they realize, then they recognize that this dude from the trespassing that happened a month ago, then they decided to call 8 more squad cars out to identify him because he wasn't identifying himself, which is his right. He was just a passenger in the car. So, but they want to, fingerprint him to find out who he is because of a trespassing. So instead of going to where they think the stolen vehicles are that are connected to a homicide, they have 12 squad cars there and 20 cops to find out who this homeless person is who ran from a trespassing.
Their priorities fucked up.
Yeah.
And he's just there with y'all. He's not.
And they took him. Yeah, he had nothing to do with it. He was sitting in the car. He wasn't correlating with the cops. Nothing. They took him to jail. They told us that we had to leave, that we were being trespassed from the premises.
Yeah.
That we were reporting these cars stolen from. They now wanted us trespassed.
Yeah,
which is fine. Which is fine because as Westgate Resorts, I work for Hilton, so you know what? Whatever. I don't come here anyway.
So
trespass.
Why would they trust? What was the point of trespassing y'all?
Because we were we were trying to wait for whatever this process to be over with, so he could come with us, but they didn't want that. So they wanted us to get out of there, so they could do whatever they wanted to do without us watching. So we got trespassed from the spot that we came to make the report where the vehicles were stolen from.
Yeah, there's some
So,
fishy shit
yeah, then
going on.
they tried to tell me that they thought I was lying to them about my husband's passing,
Mm.
and I'm
Wow.
like, why would I?
Yeah, why would you make up some shit like that?
How can you come at me and disrespect me in that manner? Why would I
Yeah.
even be doing this? What would be the point in doing all of that?
Yeah, and that's an
Uh,
easy find.
yeah, and that's the thing is, as soon as you realize the vehicles, you recognize the vehicles, you recognize the people. Why didn't you guys load up or call out another squad to go
Mm-hmm.
retrieve or go investigate? You immediately, your attention now goes ADHD right to a homeless man. It's got nothing to do with nothing.
Did they ever
Sounds like
retrieve the
And
cars?
No,
no,
no.
no.
I
sound
doubt
like
they even ever
deflection.
attempted to.
Yeah, I think that they totally just,
They had better things to do.
yeah,
Finding
Yeah,
cars is
sound like
hard, you know.
yeah,
yeah.
Especially when you know
Harassing,
where it's at.
harassing homeless people is easy.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Sound like
it was. It got,
deflecting.
yeah, I mean, they at one point asked Jay for the keys to his vehicle, and I literally was like, excuse me, no. Why do you
They
need the
wanted the
keys
keys
to
to
the
your
vehicle?
car?
Yeah, and we're
Yeah,
not.
they wanted to search us.
Yeah, we're not being detained or anything. And I looked at the cop and I said, no, my purse is in there. You got me fucked up.
Yeah,
You are
for
not
real.
taking. Hell no. And the
You can
guy
plant.
looked at me funny, like I said. And then when he
how
put
does
his hands
how
on the
does
door, opened up the door to the Jeep that I was sitting. I said, oh, excuse me, did I tell you to open that door? Don't.
yeah,
You
but
don't
how
open up
does
a door.
how does
I didn't do anything
filing a
wrong.
police report turn into you guys getting searched?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing.
I'm filing a
Yeah.
police report now. Now there's a reason to
Yeah.
go in my
Yeah,
vehicle. That's
I'm
wow.
trying to give my husband this, and now I'm being harassed, and
Yeah,
they
because they're
look like
trying to charge you. They're trying to charge you with freaking
I,
what is it
$300,000.
called? Yeah,
I
with
never.
grand theft. Like if you still took two cars, like
Yeah,
that's pretty serious. I need to file
yeah.
this police report. Like, and
Yeah.
you're hindering me by trying to go through my search the car that I'm in. That's wild.
I never heard that in the history of my life. I'm going to file a police report, and y'all trying to put me in jail for filing a police report. Kind of shit.
Listen, how
The
did you know that telling somebody that you're going to kill them, making death threats is no longer a crime? They have to put it in writing, depict exactly how they're going to do it, and then sign it. Then it becomes a crime.
what the?
What?
Who
It
the
took 5
hell?
hours. Yeah, yeah. Listen, I mean, no lie. My husband had somebody that bought a gun and literally told him pretty much that he was gonna they were gonna shoot him because he wanted his family. Yeah, it was a weird, messed up situation. It took 5 hours. My husband had to call 911 3 times. It took 5 hours for one sheriff to come out to my house.
Wow.
And then they told him, "There's nothing we can do."
What you mean? What you
Because he
mean?
didn't sign. He didn't sign the letter.
Yeah, he didn't sign and tell him exactly how he was going to do it.
What you want? To mail it to you? The fuck?
Yeah, and that's what I said. Yeah. So my
Mail a
husband said,
threat?
"So what do I do?"
Certified mail.
So my husband said, "So I
Yeah.
guess I just sit on my front sidewalk and wait for them to come do it." And the cop said, "Well, why would you do that?" He said, "So they don't go inside and hurt the rest of my family." I mean, it's
Yeah.
a joke. It really is. It's the legal system in Florida, and I don't know how it is everywhere else. Because
Yeah.
this is what I call home is absolutely despicable. To
Yeah.
call themselves officers of the law that they protect and serve is bullshit.
Yeah. Seems like they only protect and serve them. They damn self.
Yeah, they do. They protect their own what they want to protect, and they serve them
Mm-hmm.
their own wrongdoings. They don't care about the people.
No.
They don't care about protecting the people. I think they've destroyed more of the communities in this world than they have helped and benefited them.
I know of situations where people have been stopped or basically they've been in situations where the police have found large quantities of drugs on them, right? And the police just take the drugs and make no record, and just they keep the drugs for themselves and just let the people go. And I mean, what do you think they're doing with all these large quantities of drugs that are not being put into evidence?
Yeah, you already know what they're doing.
They're redistributing it
It's a
to make money.
Yeah. So you work for the government and you do illegal acts, but that you put other people away for.
And it's a and all of it, it's a fail. Nobody's leading the right way.
No.
So no one is leading the right way, and no one is leading by example. So it's basically that shit that I used to get told when I was young. Don't do as I do, do as I say.
Yeah.
And which is bullshit, because this is why we have such of a disconnect between law enforcement and we as the people.
Yep.
Because shit like this is why you hear people, man, fuck the law. I was driving today. I'm in California. I'm driving today. The guy pulled out his phone and the police riding by and he goes to flicking the police off. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why do you think we got so much hate? Why you think? Because of shit like this. This is why we can't stand the fucking police. I can tell you right now why I moved from Florida and I said I wasn't coming back. After the last time I flew in and they had me on up against the car with blackjacks and dude told me I will beat you and they won't even recognize you. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. And when he put the gun to the back of my head, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I ain't did shit. I didn't check my record. I don't have shit on my record. So this shit happens every fucking day. Every day. And when does it stop? We was just talking about this. Like I said, we this like our chapter 3, this type of this shit going on and corruption in the system. But we say this every day. We have to come together and stand together. Right? This the only way we gonna be able to switch this shit, change this shit. We got to stand together and fight together. Because they divide and conquer. Say it again.
United as one.
Yep.
We're supposed to be united as one.
Yes, we do. And that's where they could come in and do bullshit. We a community. We supposed to be fighting with each other. Man, so any attorney, once we get this, me and Liv gonna come together how we gonna release these segments, right? And whatever attorney or whatever can come in and help these individuals and help Nikki and help Jay, reach out to us. You know what I'm saying? So we can give you directly contact with them so we can get some type of justice going on. Because this bullshit, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna send this to some attorneys I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we like over here, there's no attorney who will touch anything that has to do with the police with a 10-foot pole. I mean, unless you've got, way too much more money than than the government themselves. So I don't know. Maybe an out-of-state attorney.
Yeah, maybe that. I'm gonna also send this to someone that I know that knows the law. We had him on the last episode, and he knows how to hit them in their pockets where it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So I won't release his name, but he know how to strategically hit them in their pockets where it hurt. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get some information from him to help you guys because once you start hitting them in their pockets, it's like, now we got to pay attention.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit.
And that's what
you know
care about.
Hold on. These motherfuckers going a little too goddamn far now. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what he was stating on one of the episodes. He said, yo, that's the only way they're going to recognize where they're going to start understanding they can't do this shit when we start hitting them in their pocket. Hit them where it hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? None of this needed to happen.
Yeah.
Your husband, none of this shit need to happen. Your husband's supposed to still be here right now.
Yeah.
None of this shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's supposed to be still here to be getting run in with the police and this shit tragically to happen. Like, I'm sorry this shit even You know what I'm saying, that you had to deal with this. I done lost my grandma, my dad, my mom, whatever. No, nothing like this. You feel what I'm saying? This is on a whole different level. And it's sickening and it's saddening. And any police officer, if you not going to real deal protect and serve the people, hang your badge up, give it up, go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Go do something else. I got individuals, friends that's police officers, and they told me, they say, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. He said, man, us going through the training and stuff like that, what happened is a lot of these motherfuckers are scary individuals. They got bullied in high school. They was one shit when they was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So they got picked on at home. You know what I'm saying? They have other mental issues going on. And I say ain't shit because what are you doing now? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say ain't shit. So all these things happen to you. So you get a little power, a little badge, and you do the total opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. You get a little power, like, hey man, I'm gonna make everybody pay. That don't have nothing to do with us. That got something to do with you. You need to go to therapy. And I think before a person can become a police officer, you need to do a psychological test. And when you do this psychological test, go ahead. You supposed to. Yeah, you supposed to.
They are
but they
supposed
not.
to
I
go
don't think they
through
do.
a mental test, a mental stability test. No, because you have to be mentally stable to have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just giving guns out to babies, literally, because they from 18, 19 years old, and you giving these kids a gun. What in the hell do you think's going to happen? And you don't even check their background, their history. You got to go down bloodline to find stuff like that because it does skip generations. And we're going to give the gun to the wrong person, and guess what? It's going to be bad.
And now in Florida, you don't even need a concealed weapon from it. Yeah, you can just get a gun.
Yeah, they call Florida the gunshine state. It's supposed to be the sunshine state, but because it's so easy to acquire firearms here.
You don't need a bill of sale. You don't need nothing.
Right. Yet if you're a convicted felon and you are possessing a firearm, you're automatically right off rip looking at 3 years minimum mandatory in prison. So in other words, people on the streets can go and who really intend to do harm or rob you, kill you, can acquire these firearms like that, but because somebody had a drug charge, they can't get a firearm to protect themselves.
That's what I'm saying. And what happened to them, they, like you said, people change. So why do you have to continue to punish them, especially after time served? I don't understand that. I never understand that. I never understood it. My dad had 22 years sentence. And when he got out, he still was like he was in prison. Yep. It's like, dude, I gotta go check in with y'all. I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still, he's just basically like, hey, I still got control over you.
Yep.
It's like where did this shit stop? Because we're gonna keep losing people because stuff like this don't get broadcast on big news on a national level.
It gets pushed underneath the rug and hidden away back in the garage where nobody can find it.
Yeah. And they put out what they want us to see. That's why I say we gotta stick together and come together to demand change. Because the change, it seems like shit getting worse every day. Every fucking day. Now they putting shit in laws. Like changing laws for shit to get worse.
Yep.
It's like a setup. Like, hey man, all right, fuck it. We just gonna take all morals. We ain't gonna hold nobody accountable. We're gonna start putting shit out there, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's sickening, man.
Yeah.
It is.
It is, huh? And yeah, I mean, you said it best to wrap it up, man. Like, we just gotta, we as people, we have to do more of standing up, and just like you guys are doing your due diligence, like not letting it, not just taking it, like Jay did, like, get your videos, like you did, file that police report, don't just, give in, just like you said, like, no, you're not searching this, like, we got to get more educated on the things that we need to do.
You have police interaction, get that camera out,
Yeah.
keep that camera
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
And know
have
your
to do
rights.
more on our part. Exactly, know your rights. Do everything on our part so we can be, informed on what to do and decisions that we make, and how to move forward. It's about moving smarter.
Mhm.
When we
Right.
don't know the law, it's easier to get, like you said, like they say, they can say anything, just like a mechanic. You going over there, you can say any kind of word. You're like, all right, but we need to get more educated on
Yes.
on what
Yeah.
to do and how to handle situations, and that's gonna put hinder them from doing a lot of those things, and the same thing, just like like you say, like get that camera rolling, knowing your rights, and speaking up. So like said, like we're gonna do our part to get the people on our team involved and see what we can do to get somebody
Awesome.
working on things.
Yeah.
But yes, it's ridiculous, and I thank
Appreciate
you guys for bringing your story up and sharing that with us, because
Yeah.
I mean it's deep. It's a lot of situations like this going on that goes unheard,
Mhm.
and stories like this that that are compelling, but they're never told. They're never put out there. So I just want to say thank you guys for sharing and taking the time to do that.
Yeah. And also just this last little thing, and then if y'all take the floor, I could take the floor and end us out. It takes courage, it takes guts, right? You can't be scared. Just like Jay said, hey man, you listen to the video earlier. He kept asking, like, yo, what am I being detained for? Like, yo, okay, you want to threaten me with this? Oh, I'm gonna take it. Okay, for what? And don't be
Yeah,
scared. That's what they try to do. They try to throw different things to get you to shut up, right? Because they think they're the boss and they can do what the fuck they want to do. No, the fuck you can't. And also take a good support system. Like, all right, shit. Hey man, and this the time we said on the last episode, like, yo, man, stop pulling out the phone. That comes with you seeing somebody getting their ass whooped by police. Something to say, start standing up. But take your phone out, like Jason, take your phone out and record when shit you getting stopped. You know what I'm saying? You see some bullshit going on, record that shit. You can send it to
Yeah.
us. We'll
Yeah.
put that shit up. Hey, we don't care. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We don't give a fuck. Like, hey, yo, man, wrong is wrong, right is right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no in between. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Ain't no fucking in between. I ain't finna. Oh, it justified. If it quack like a duck, it got feathers like a duck, it fly like a duck, it go across the sea like a duck. It's a goddamn duck. So
Yep.
it is what it is. Straight. This is black and white. It ain't got nothing else to do with anything else. File your complaints. Continue file your complaints. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna reach out, see what I can do from my end, much as I can do from my end. Hey, Jay, file your complaints, whatever. I don't give a
Yep.
fuck. We got people to sign shit. I don't give a damn what the hell we got to do. We got to get it done. It's gonna
Yeah.
take some. It's gonna take some hard work. It's gonna take some. Man, it's gonna probably take some tears and whatever. But they want you to quit. That's what me going to law school and learning. They want you to quit. They'll play that time game with you because they want you to
Yeah.
fucking quit. Then when man,
Yeah.
man, this shit. They ain't gonna do nothing. No, hell no. We pick up books, read it, fucking law like you did with the case law. Hey, keep writing shit. Don't
Oh,
fucking stop.
funny story on that. Just real quick. I would during my 5-year bid, I studied the law a lot, and
Mhm.
since I've been out, I would help people who couldn't afford a real attorney, had to have a public defender, and didn't know the
Mhm.
law well. Help them with their issues,
Mhm.
and just filing motions and such. But so this prosecutor in Orange County, I filed a couple motions. It was like a pretty heavy case to them, I guess. It was a fraud
Mhm.
case, but they were taking it seriously, and the motions I filed were approved by the judge without question. So
Mhm.
the state attorney in Orange County actually filed a complaint to the bar against me for unlawful practice of law,
What?
and was going to try to charge me for this, like a felony charge for helping this person.
Yeah, and see, that's bullshit. You don't need to go to fucking school. We just talked about this on the last episode. You
Yeah.
don't
You
need.
represent yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't need no fucking bar. You don't need to be signed up with the bar. None of that shit. To know the law and practice law. You don't need that shit. They,
Mhm.
they want you to stop. They want to keep us dumb without
Mhm.
knowing. They want you to stop what you're doing. So that's what they're gonna scare tactic to get you to stop whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get you to just tuck your tail and be like, all right, I'm not helping nobody else.
But
That's
that's
what
how
they
you know
like.
you're doing something good when
Yeah.
they try to come at you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. And that's where you gotta keep doing what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? And strategically do what you do.
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
know what that means.
I looked up the law on this issue, and I filed something back and it got stricken. So
See?
you know,
See what I'm saying? Imagine if you would just gave up and just be like, all right, shit. They put the fear in you and you just be like, all right, fuck
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna just stop.
Yeah.
Like it's a game. It's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's all it is. It's cat and mouse. Who gonna scare each person first? I mean, scare the individual first. It's like, nah, we got to stand on it. When we stay, what it say, standing on business, we got to stand on business.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So man, I appreciate you. Like we said, like Liv said, man, we appreciate y'all coming on. We appreciate y'all, Nikki,
Thank you
for
for having
getting the
us.
courage to be able to
Yeah.
share your story. Jay for sharing your story. I know it's hard. I can't even imagine how you feel, even being able to talk about it. You know,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
imagine how you feel. But we need to do something. You know what I'm saying, to help you out. We got to do something. That's why we said, so when Jay told me, I said, hey, let's get her on here and give her own your own segment so we can market this the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and you got the videos. I'm gonna get with you, Jay.
Yep.
Me and Liv gonna get with you. You got certain videos that need to be put out there, and we're gonna market this the certain way, and not market it where we just market it just oh, this is what happened. No, market it to
Yeah.
get some justice going on.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm gonna send, once we get everything together, I'm gonna send it to a couple attorneys, and hopefully they can lead me into the right direction of how to
Awesome.
strategically handle some things, man. And y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Like, man, appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah.
If y'all need anything, y'all can reach out. If we can try to figure it out, we'll try to figure it out. So, man, and Nikki, appreciate you. Our condolences,
Yeah.
to you
Most
and
definitely.
your husband. When is his memorial? Or
I don't. It's so hard to even think about having one because I still don't want
yeah,
to
yeah,
leave
yeah. I
this.
Yeah,
totally
still processing. Yeah.
yeah.
I finally.
Yeah. Take your time for sure.
Yeah, I'll pick him up this week, and then
Yeah.
I'll go from there. I mean,
Okay.
losing my best
Yeah,
friend, I did not think he was ever going to have to go through this.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
should for sure.
yeah. Nobody should have to go through no shit like this. It's like, yo, and you can see this happens, not just with them. They're not just with black and brown. This people, this shit
Yeah.
just continues to happen. It's like, okay, if you live in a certain area, we're gonna fuck with you. We're
Mhm.
gonna fuck with you heavy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like, cause I used to live in Pine Hill, so I know how that shit go down.
Yeah.
And,
Same.
and on my street, I can honestly say that I'm probably the only white family on the street, and my neighbors, my block is a community, is a
Yeah,
unified community. I can honestly say that. My
that's
neighbors
good.
feel the pain I feel, and they have been there 100%. Nick
That's
was,
amazing.
Yeah,
a lot of these families have been here since Nick was a little kid, and so they watched Nick grow. They've been around, and to know that they stand behind me 100%, and they want justice just as much as I do for a member of their
yeah,
community.
yeah,
And I mean, that means the world to me that I can actually say that my neighborhood, my street is a unified community.
Yeah.
We look out for
It's
one
a
another on
movement
this
for
street.
sure.
and say we no longer gonna say we demand justice. You know what I'm saying? We demand it,
Yes.
because it seems like when we sit up here and they don't understand what a warning is, we demand it, and we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to get it. Y'all got y'all. Like, the fuck, we're
Yep.
not gonna continue to sit here let y'all just bully. That's what it is. It's bullying. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. It causes people mental issues and all type of shit. You know what type of mental issues it's causing Nikki? You get what I'm saying? Like a Jay, you know what I'm saying? The shit you've been through. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's sad. But like I said, not gonna hold y'all any longer, man. Appreciate y'all coming on. Live,
Yeah.
appreciate you. Man, it's a deep one. Got some homework to do, got some things to really put together. But like I always say, have love, peace, and a solid mind. We out.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.